me again. Here I am in your kitchen. Quite possibly I'm on your laptop, on your kitchen counter. Sounds like a good time to me. Today we're going with Cindy Lou Who, and we're gonna make bolognese. Hell yes, let's cook. I'm nervous again, but it's kind of fun. I think it's a little bit of an adrenaline rush that in these, you know, quiet home times is very necessary. So thanks for letting me have a little fun with you guys making some food. So I considered being like a real cooking show and having all my mise en place in place ready, but cutting the veggies is just as important as every other step in the recipe. So without further ado, I would like you to double check that you have your mise en place ready. Do you? Are you ready? Mise en place, what does it mean? Anybody? Anybody? Your things in place. Bueller? Okay, moving on. Here we go. I have onion, carrot, and celery ready to go. I've got my ground pork and my ground beef. I think I have like 3/4 of a pound of each. I have bacon. It's still in the fridge because bacon cuts best when it's cold. Also, my pan is not on. I want that to be cold because bacon doesn't stick to a cold pan. So let's do that one first. How about that? I'm gonna grab my bacon. Get any of those other things that you need so you can keep up. Here we go, bacon. Also, this is just whatever bacon they had at the store. That was the very best price I could get. Usually I like to get, you know, my friend's bacon. My favorite ever was Redgate Ranch. I still dream about that bacon. I'm not kidding. I actually dream about that bacon. Okay, so we got it open. Let's get in there. We're gonna go with 1/4 of the pack. And we're gonna get a nice slice, depends on how you like your bacon. And we're gonna start with bacon. We're gonna get it a little crispy. We're gonna pull it out of the pan, set it aside, and then we're gonna do our pork and our beef in the pan that had the bacon. When it's almost done, we will add the veg and the bacon back in, and then we will deglaze with wine and do a couple more steps, and it's gonna simmer. Part of the reason we started today, is your bacon in the pan? Mine is. Hold on, better rinse my hands. Just touched raw meat. Some little soapy soap too. Okay, so part of the reason we're doing this lesson today, this show at 3 o'clock, is because the very best bolognese is the one that simmers quite a while. So if your bacon's in the pan, go ahead and turn it on. Let's do medium-high. I'm gonna take this ridiculous electric stove to 6.5, maybe 7-ish. Okay. I want this bolognese to simmer like 3 hours. Grab a carrot like you mean it and peel it. We're gonna save our trims, but we're not gonna save the carrot peel. I've heard that carrot peel, oh shit, we should use this other side of this cutting board too, huh? Let's do that and be real smart. Carrot peels are trash. Nobody wants to eat them. They taste like dirt. And while dirt don't hurt, it's not that yummy. Okay, I'm gonna use the other side. And I'm gonna cut the ends off my carrot. We're gonna use this handy dandy little food processor. If you don't have one, that's okay. Just, you know, small dice and see if you can do it fast enough to keep up with me. Okay, we're just going to do it rough. Yes, I did check to make sure that my food processor is plugged in and on. My celery is pre-washed. I'm saving the tip and the end for my stock. Here we go. Just inch-sized chunks. Fire that into your food processor. Onion. This is a nice onion. Good size. We're going to cut it end to tip. We're going to take the peel off we're saving the root and the tip and the peel. It's going with our other little bits to make our next stock. If you paid attention to my previous episode, I mentioned that I always have, if possible, a big pot on the back with stock going. I had one that was on the pot on the stove for the last 2 nights. I strained it before our show today, and it is warm and ready and waiting. Can you hear the bacon singing? It's a lovely song, isn't it? The song of the bacon. Having people rise from their beds before they wanted to for decades. Okay. We're gonna put the onion in there and apply your lid. Boom. Give it a couple pulses. Make sure it's going. Yes, Dad, I'm on. You gotta go to the event page though. Maybe I should have cut the carrots smaller. We're kind of dancing around in there. Grab a spoon, push it down, make sure it's actually getting it all very nice. One more. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. Oh, hi guys. Hello everyone. Mwah. Okay, where's my favorite utensils? These are my 2 favorite utensils. This one because it's real firm. It's like not fucking around. This one because, well, I'm sure you can imagine, this one's multi-purpose. Okay. Move your bacon around. See how it just moves in the pan because you started from cold? It's beautiful. Break it up. Can you see it okay? I think I got a good angle going, right? Alright. It's the angle of the dangle. What was his name? Lieutenant something or other? Reno 911. What's up, Reno? I love you guys. Okay, moving on. Bacon is working. We have our veg mix here. We have, oh, yeah, this is real uptown. Are you ready? Box wine. Yes. So, again, it's quarantine cooking and quarantine shopping, so we get what we can get. And I got Franzia, which honestly isn't that bad. It'll do in a pinch or in a quarantine, which is both. So, interesting things about Bolognese, which in my research I found does not take red wine, it takes white. And there typically isn't fresh tomatoes in it, it's tomato paste. And it's usually 3 kinds of meat. Ground beef, ground veal or pork, and then pancetta or bacon. But it's not limiting. You can make Bolognese any way you want to with whatever you have in the house. Just meat, just beef, that's fine. You know, just pork, I bet that's fine too. No bacon, that's cool. If you wanted to do a vegetarian version, I would use ground mushrooms, process them like you did the veggies, or maybe one of those ground meat substitutes at the store, like seitan would probably be good. You could probably use chorizo in a pinch, the fake ground beef. You'll want to add some fat to that vegan or vegetarian recipe, like maybe coconut fat, but not the coconutty flavored one, the like virgin one. Because everybody loves virgin, right? Sorry. Okay, so we're waiting on our bacon to get a little color. It's almost there. If you're at home cooking, and Tara, I sure hope this is a good speed for you. Hi, doll. Thanks for cooking along. I learned yesterday that live stream co-cooking is a thing, and it's when you live stream your cooking show in such a way that your viewers can do it with you, and I guess that's what we're doing, and I didn't even know till after. So, are you keeping up? Can I answer any questions? Bacon! Yes! What's up, Mikey? What's up, Micah J? Switchy? Mwah! I'm so glad you're here. Okay. Almost there. It smells delicious. Yes, we need smell-o-vision. I'm trying to drink less wine so that I can be more clear-headed, but I will admit I had a glass like real fast right before I hit start on the live record. Woo! Okay. Some people will drain all this bacon fat out. No push pot, don't fucking touch it. Remember that one? And I'm gonna take half the bacon fat out. I'm a sucker for animal fat. My body loves it. So I'm gonna leave half that bacon fat in when I add the pork and the beef. You can totally strain it if you want to. It depends on you and your personal wishes. That's what's so cool about cooking, is everybody gets to do it their way. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. I'm only here to tell you how you could do it better? No, that's not it. We'll get back to that one. We'll circle around. Okay, so maybe I should have had 2 glasses of wine, huh? Will you guys drink for me? Okay, it's getting there. We're real close. Do you have your spices ready? Salt, pepper, nutmeg, bay leaf? All good to go? Yes? Alright then. So, I have a bowl here. A bowl. And I'm going to go ahead with this other spoon from over here. Boo. Here we go. And I'm going to remove the bacon. Is everybody enjoying their quarantine? Is it pretty awesome or what? Are your cats and dogs sick of you, or are they stoked? Because mine are pretty stoked. To be totally honest, now that I can cook like this with you guys, I'm honestly stoked too. So, here we go. See, there's still a good amount of fat in there. Bacon. Beef. Pork. Push it down, get some good contact. Wash your hands after you touch raw meat. Meat. Okay, that's kind of sizzling. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to get that beautiful, badass spatula of mine. Spatula. And I'm going to break it up. Break it up, break it up, break it up. You could be like, stop cooking, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. No, it's not going to take off, I don't think. Okay. So, here we go. That looks good. I'm happy with that. If you can get some spaces around the meat, see how it's not one big patty? As the meat releases its juices, they will evaporate. If you don't give it room to steam off, you're essentially just boiling the meat in its own juices. And you're not going to get any caramelization. It's not going to be like brown and awesome. Maybe I could have split this up into 2 rounds, but I'm trying to do this in the amount of time that all of our attention span can hold. So we went for it. Because I'm slightly ADD. Do you know how many ADD children it takes to screw in a light bulb? Oh look, a chicken! This is how I make you sit through my jokes, huh? You're trapped. I guess you could just log off or watch somebody else. Shit. I shouldn't push that too hard on you. Sorry guys. Thanks for putting up with me. Does kombucha count as what? A cheers? Yes, always. What did you guys say? Jim Dangle. Lieutenant Jim Dangle. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. Okay. That smells good. At this point, you can add other herbs that you feel like would match your Italian flavor. Oregon, Italian seasoning, that sort of thing. That's too small for my hand. We're going to go this way. That's about a teaspoon. We're going to start with that. Nice good salt. I want it on the meat because it's going to absorb that as it cooks. Woo! Pepper. Come on, come on, come on. Grind it, shake it, grind it, and shake it. You can't grind on the dance floor, but dude, you can grind some pepper. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Just get that handy dandy little, there it is, spatula. Get it back and move that all around. So this is putting together quite a bit of juice in the pan. Probably that ground pork. Who doesn't love pork? Oh, right, lots of people. Okay. Any other questions yet? You guys are so fun. I really appreciate you being there. And let's crank it back up a little to our earlier bacon temperature, wherever you had that bacon sizzling away at. Tara, you doing good? I know you're cooking along. How's it going? Are we at the same speed? I'm gonna rinse my hands. Okay, I'm back. Can you guys hear my neighbor mowing his lawn? It's Sunday. And it's a beautiful fucking day. So, it's pretty juicy. I haven't made this in a very long time. And yes, I like juicy food. But I think we should drain some of that off and then we can reserve it and see if we want to add it back in later. So, if you have a little bowl, let's go with this one. There we go. And a oven mitt because you don't know if your handle is hot yet, but you really don't want to hurt yourself. Get a good grip. Let's do this way so you can see. And I'm going to bring it all down to the edge so it doesn't just suddenly slide like an ice cube in a glass of water and smack you in the face. But this would be hot, sizzling meat juice, and that would hurt more. But I'm going to just drain some off. Okay, there we go. That's better. Also, if you notice, I always try and keep my handles at the back. For those of you that have kids and have been cooking at home and feel like it's fucking dangerous with those little rugrats running around, keep your handles back. We all know horror stories. We don't need to create them ourselves making bolognese. So, that's looking good. I want to add this. Another thing that I'm going to share with you. People have asked me before, how come everything you cook is so good? And that's partly why doing this is risky for me. When I cook without live stream audience, if I fuck up, I don't tell my guests when I put it on the table. Everything is as I meant it to be. Doing this, you might catch me make a mistake, which is actually probably pretty good because it helps both of us realize that I'm a real human and nobody's perfect, not one of us. Maybe for a different episode we can get into what I think about the word perfect. It's not what you think. So anyways, when you make dinner, in the future when we have guests over and stuff and you have, you know, no more quarantine, you don't have to tell people that you messed up. Like this big old stupid awkward chunk of carrot that didn't blend in. I wouldn't tell the people, oh man, I couldn't get my carrots to blend. I'd just be like, yeah, it was perfect. So much fun making it. Do you love it? Oh, it's great. Yay! But you guys saw that. So, this is good for my ego. Alright. It looks good to me. Ooh, it sounds good to me. Yeah, we're getting a little caramelization under there. Alright, let's do it. Let's add our vegetables. Watch out for the big chunks of carrot if you didn't get them all. I used 1 carrot, 1 onion, and 1 piece of celery for those of you that have tuned in a little bit later. Okay. Get that out of the way. Let's put our bacon back in. You know what? Since we drained some of the juice, let's just put all the bacon in. Whoa, sorry, that was loud. Okay, here we go. We've got our mirepoix. Do you know mirepoix? It is celery, carrot, onion. In the south, it is the Trinity, and they replace, I think, the onion with bell pepper. Because of course with Creole cooking you have bell pepper in everything. Let's turn the heat up a little bit while we do this, because we just dropped the temperature adding all those cold wet veggies in. Alright, push it around nice and even. Clear up your station if you feel clustered, flustered, cluttered, all of those things. If you feel like your kitchen is a clusterfuck, do something about it. I said in one of my earlier episodes that you're in charge of the kitchen, you're in charge of the food. It's not in control of you. You can always turn this element down and slow it down. Like, slow your roll, homie. I'm not ready to go that fast. You're in control. Okay, here we go. Now would be a nice time to potentially re-season, because the raw sweetness of those carrots and onions is probably going to pull some of the saltiness away from the meat. Another sprinkle of pepper. Yes, this is super cheap pepper, but it's pepper. Okay, where's my salt? Here we go. What kind of salt are you guys using? Anybody got a favorite fancy salt they like? There we go. Look, Ma. Hands up. Okay. Stir that in. Let's crank it, because we're going to add wine. Take it up a notch. We want it to be real hot when the wine hits. You want to be real hot when the wine hits. Okay. Nutmeg. Again, just the cheap brand, whatever. Not a lot. You're not baking fucking cookies, okay? You're making Italian sauce. But nutmeg opens the flavor up. It gives you a fuller reaction of pink Himalayan. That's what I use. Yes, it gives you a fuller reaction of flavor on your palate. So there we go. And 2 bay leaves. 3 if you want, 4 if you want, 5 if you want, none if you want. If you don't have them, that's okay. Let's go with 3. That's the magic number. This here piece of the pie is not served at the cost that we dine in 3 out of every 10 times. The effect is when a daisy grows in your mind. Anybody else remember De La Soul? I'm old. Okay. Here we go. I'm trying to keep this short. We're at 22 minutes right now. When we get the last ingredient in, I'm going to wrap it up, and it's going to cook, simmer, low heat with a tight-fitting lid until you're ready for dinner. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with our bolognese. We're going to make pizza. When I hit end on this live feed, I'm going to whip up some pizza dough. I'm going to let this cook. When it's like 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to roll out that dough. I'm going to put a nice healthy helping of bolognese on it and cover it in jack cheese and bake it in the oven, and it's going to be insane. I'm really excited about bolognese pizza. Okay. Wine. Like, measure that shit with your heart, right? That was probably a solid cup. A liquid cup. It's not a solid, it's a liquid. Yes, I went to elementary school. Okay. It's on high? Yes, it is. So so when you are done at dinner tonight and you have extra bolognese, you are going to fill it into a Ziploc bag, and then lay the Ziploc bag nice and flat and freeze it flat. It doesn't take as much space in your freezer. And it thaws real quick that way too. So now we want the tomato sauce paste. If you have tomato sauce, that works. If you have canned diced tomatoes, that works. If you have the crushed tomatoes, that works. Whole tomatoes, that works. It's okay. One ingredient can be subbed out for many others of the same thread, the same, idea. Tomato something. Tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato. I'm going to use half this can. generations. We all do. Okay, let's break that tomato paste up. Mix it and get it going. Again, I would like to remind everyone to please send me with recipe or menu requests that we can cook together in the future. If you have a recipe that you feel is super difficult and you would like to learn it, let's do that one. If you have a favorite something that you're just not sure about and think it could be done differently, ask me that too. I could use suggestions. Here we go. That looks nice, right? It's pretty thick and saucy, but it's not saucy enough. And I am a saucy bitch, so let's make it saucier. I have this extremely cute little dinosaur ladle and a pot of warm broth on the back. I'm going to add 1, 2, let's call it 3. It's the magic number, right? Okay. Mix that in. You can always add chili flakes too if you like a spicy one. Whatever hot sauce you have in the fridge. Chili powder, garlic powder. You could have added garlic cloves into our veggie mix in the food processor. It's your recipe now. I'm only showing you my version, and I don't expect yours to be exactly the same, because a recipe is like, I don't know, it's definitely open to interpretation, as is so much in life right now. So, simmer, simmer, double bubble. How does that cauldron witch thing go? Boil and trouble. Heavy cream. You can use milk. If you are doing the vegetarian one and you want to try doing it vegan, you could probably use coconut milk. I would try to find the one that doesn't taste a lot like sweet, coconutty. I'm gonna make, you know, something that tastes like coconut out of it. Get the one that's a real flat, just creamy flavor. The rich, deep, like coconut cream might work better too. Almond milk. Cashew probably is better, it's thicker. If you do try and make this vegan, I totally want to hear how it went and what you ended up using. Okay, that's a nice ripping boil. The llama's in the back of the house and she says she can smell it already. Okay, now we're going to add our cream, and we kind of want to mix that in as it goes. I feel like if you were going to do milk, there is the potential of it breaking, and I didn't want to risk that. Do you know what a broken sauce is? No, it's not when you throw it at your boyfriend because he's annoying you in quarantine. It's when the fat separates from the solids and it looks greasy. That's also probably going to hurt your stomach later too. So, alright, we're coming to a close. I'm doing real good. I wanted to hit 30 minutes and I think we're at 28. This is going to simmer for the next 2 to 3 hours. You want a tight fitting lid because you don't want a whole lot of the liquid to evaporate, but you do want some to go away. This is another example of how cooking can be molded into whatever works best for you in your kitchen with your equipment. This pan I'm using doesn't have a tight fitting lid. My other options were a smaller one that's too small, or a bigger one but has a great lid but it's fucking huge and I don't need that much giantness. It's for my catering events and it's too much for this little tiny kitchen. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to use this one, and if somebody at home is trying to make this and they don't have a pan with a tight fitting lid, I can show them that I'm just going to cover it with tin foil. Problem solved. Yes, okay, it's not that sustainable, so really you should have a pan with a lid, but in a pinch, you can do it whatever works. Okay, this is coming up to a boil. I'm going to lower it to like medium 5 on my electric stove. I'm going to stir it. I want to taste it. Are you ready to taste yours? Tara, you got a spoon? Cheers. Can you smell it? Yeah, I'll post a picture of the pizza later. Oh, it dripped. That smells really good. Okay, I believe that it needs salt. I'm only gonna add a little bit because we're at the beginning stages of the reducing part of this recipe. It's gonna lose some volume as it cooks. If you feel like it's getting dry, add a little more cream, maybe a little bit more broth. But if you added all the seasonings right now so it was perfect, by the time 3 hours has elapsed, it might be too salty. A very important rule of thumb in the kitchen: always add less than you think, because you can add more but you can't take it away. Salt is like that. I'm a salty bee. You should ask me. Have you seen that ridiculous guy that like throws it off his elbow? That's not very sanitary and definitely not good practices for quarantine. Blech. I think that was too much salt. A little bit more. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, guys. We did it. We have Bolognese going. It's been about 30 minutes. I have been in your kitchen for a solid half an hour. Come and check on your sauce every 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure it's not scorching on the bottom. That would really suck if you fucking burnt it. You'd be so fired. Except I need you on Tuesday, so you're rehired. Let's turn it down. Let's try 2.5, 3. See what kind of bubble that gets you at. You're gonna want a very soft, slow, happy little bloop, bloop, bloop bubble at the end when you get it to the right temp. It doesn't need to be like bubbling like a maniac. Just kind of slow. So, thanks guys. I love you all. It's a wonderful Sunday in our neighborhood. And at this point, the way live stream and video is bringing us all together, I kind of feel like the whole world is the neighborhood, don't you? So, I'm grateful. I'm happy to be alive, even though it's fucking terrifying right now. This is a incredibly unique point in the world, and we're here to experience it. So thanks for being here to experience this with me. I love you all. Thank you so much. And happy cooking.